Product discovery describes an iterative process of reducing uncertainty around a problem or idea to make sure that the right product gets built for the right audience. And when done right, product discovery offers teams higher confidence in their path forward and lays a foundation for a successful implementation and launch phase later on. And typically, product teams are either working in the problem space or the solution space. They're either trying to understand whether a problem exists for their users, customers, or stakeholders, or they are focused on delivering a matching solution. And a common approach used for understanding customers and their problems is the double diamond structure. And using this approach, you can examine problems and solutions by using two different types of thinking. Firstly, there is divergent thinking, where you think broadly, keeping an open mind and consider anything and everything. And then secondly, you converge and think more narrowly, bringing back focus and identify one or two key problems and solutions. And broadly speaking, in product discovery, understanding the problem and figuring out a solution works well when you combine both divergent thinking and convergent thinking. So when should teams do product discovery? The short answer is it depends, but the more concise answer is always. In general, you are always in some product discovery mode as a product team. And this is because if you're truly set up as a customer-centric organization, you want to expose as many team members as possible to user feedback as often as possible. And most product managers in these kind of environments face a dual-track agile scenario, which means they have to simultaneously work on delivery as well as discovery activities. And often dual-track agile is visualized as two parallel running streams, but based on my own experience and the teams that I've worked with, this looks nice, but is detached from reality. Instead, the activities of delivery and discovery need to overlap and play together. Both are continuous activities, but their peak efforts behave more like S-curves. So the relationship between discovery and delivery activities would look more like this. The results from both activity tracks heavily influence each other and are, to a certain extent, happening both in parallel all the time. And depending on the phase, different types of activity and levels of dedication are needed from the discovery team members, such as the product manager and the designer and the developer. And similarly, projects also would spend less or more time in discovery depending on the level of uncertainty around it. So who should participate in product discovery? While it might be tempting to keep the developers on your team busy with shipping code, more and more teams involve the entire group in a product discovery right from the beginning. And it's important to be aware of people who will be permanently involved in the product discovery team, and those who will contribute temporarily, and those who are general supporters of the mission. Permanent collaborators within the team typically would be your product manager, your UX/designer, and possibly user researchers and an engineering lead. And then your temporary collaborators would be other members of the development team, possibly the head of product, customer support, and sales. And then your supporters would be your executives, such as a VP or a C-level executive, and other product team members, as well as infrastructure teams. And ultimately, the number of people you need to keep in the loop during your discovery depends on the size of your company, but it is useful to differentiate and be clear about the participation of each group so they know what to expect in terms of involvement in each phase. Alright, so in the next section, we're going to get started by looking at the 5 phases of product discovery. See you soon.